Hi everyone. Today I'm going to go ahead and film my May 2023 empties, and I'm really excited this month because I have finished quite a bit, at least for me. So let's go ahead and get started with some hygiene stuff. I finally finished my Dove Revitalizing Blue Fig and Orange Blossom Body Wash. This smelled really good. Really enjoyable to use, very invigorating scent, very fresh. And these are big bottles, so it lasted me for, I would say, like about 4 months. I used this and really enjoyed it. Probably would repurchase, but of course I have a big stash of all kinds of shower gels and soaps and scented products, so it's going to be a while till I rotate back to purchasing this again. But I really enjoyed it. So let's go ahead and set that up right there. Next up, I finished this shampoo. This is the Garnier Fructis Triple Nutrition Dry to Very Dry Hair Shampoo. And I really enjoyed this. It was quite moisturizing, but cleansing at the same time. So I found that many times when I would use this, and I would feel a little lazy, and I wouldn't add conditioner, and my hair was still not too dry. So this was pretty good. It was actually quite moisturizing. It smelled pretty good. Fructis products like the Garnier shampoos, they smell really good and always have, but in the past, when I would use these all the time, I would develop a little dandruff and like itchy scalp. This one did not do that for me. It was like the green bottle that I remember using in the past. It smelled so good, but it really gave me some problems. But that was a while ago. But anyways, would I repurchase this again? I don't know. I don't know if I would, maybe. But I have to use the stash first of all. Next up, a conditioner that I finished up was the L'Oreal Ever Strong sulfate-free thickening conditioner. And this one, I actually didn't purchase this for myself. My husband purchased it for me. He was heading out for CVS, and I just remembered that I was running out of conditioner. So I said, just pick me up any conditioner. It doesn't matter, just anyone at all. So he came back with this one, which I thought, oh, that's a good choice. But I wish I would have told him not to buy me the thickening stuff. And the reason for that is I noticed the thickening ones, I don't know if they're supposed to leave a coating on the hair or something like that, but I just felt like my hair was kind of stiff after using this. I felt like any moisture that this conditioner would give me was very short-lived, and it was more of a deposit of like some stiffening stuff. If that makes any sense. If anyone knows what that's all about, just let me know, please, because I really don't have much knowledge as far as hair products are concerned, but I just use this up just to use it. It's not a bad product, but it just wasn't suited for me. I do have thin hair, but I have a lot of it, and it is very greasy and tends to be weighed down very easily by products, and this one kind of weighed it down. The rosemary leaf, which I'm guessing was what I was smelling in this, was a very pleasant smell. And I have used Everstrong products before in a different line. I think it came in like the purple bottles, and I remember they do have a very like recognizable scent, in my opinion, and it smells really good. So that's one aspect of it that I really enjoyed. Other than that, this would not be a repurchase for me. So let's set that up right there. And next up, I finished a nail polish remover. This is the Onyx Professional Lavender Salon Strength remover. And I believe this was a purchase from Marshall's. Yes, Marshall's for $2.99. And this lasted me for a long while because there was a period of time when I took a break from doing nails, and now I've taken up doing gel nails. So these are gels that I've done myself, which I don't think they're too shabby. And I enjoy the fact that I can just get them done and I don't have to worry about chipped nails for like at least 2 weeks. And this worked fine for removing gels as well. But obviously with like a gel removal, it's a much longer process. It's just a much more involved process. I found like the most annoying part of gels is just the removal process because it does take so long to soak off all that gel. But as far as how much money I save as opposed to going to the nail salon is a really big bonus, because the gel nail kit that I purchased from Amazon was $20. So for $20 I got the UV lamp, I got the base coat, top coats, several colors of nail polish, and tools that I might need, just everything. And it was a really good deal. So I'm sure they have different companies on Amazon that have those kits, and you can find them for quite an affordable price. So if you're interested, I would definitely recommend perusing Amazon, reading some reviews, choosing something if you are interested. For me, it was an impulse purchase last year, but I'm super glad that I did it because, yeah, I saved a lot of money that way. So let's put that here. I don't want to block off my beautiful bouquet of flowers. Okay, so let's get this one out of the way because this package is so beat up. This is from Bath & Body Works, the Love Cotton Candy Champagne Moisturizing Body Wash. Smelled amazing, was quite moisturizing, but what is happening with the new packaging from Bath & Body Works? I mean, this did not sit in my shower for 500 years. This was literally just less than a month of use, and like this is the peelage that's happening. And like if I touch it, it will all just come off and deposit glitter everywhere. I don't remember their packaging doing this kind of stuff before, but maybe I'm the only one with this problem. But yeah, I find that the new packaging is like really cheap. But I liked this. Probably would not repurchase, and definitely not in this packaging. Next up, to stick with Bath & Body Works, finished up this really amazing warm vanilla sugar whipped body butter. And this is probably my favorite formulation of any type of lotion or cream or anything like that for the body. Because first of all, it comes in a tub, so all I have to do is unscrew it and I can get every last little bit of it. I don't have to deal with pumps where a bunch of product is always left at the bottom that won't pump, and then I have to turn it upside down, remove the pump, sometimes cut the packaging. I don't have to do any of that. I can clean out every last drop. And so that's number one. I love the packaging. Number two, the formulation is like whipped cream, but like a little bit thicker. It still has this thickness, but it still has like this whipped bounciness to it. It's just amazing. And the scent was really good as well. And when I was just first applying it, it would smell kind of like a little bit sugary. But then as I was applying it and a little bit after, I guess with my body heat, it really started to smell warm. It really started to develop and have some vanilla scents and like brown sugary goodness just emanating from my skin, and it just develops on your skin so beautifully. So I would definitely repurchase this and other scents that are in this formulation, in this type of packaging from Bath & Body Works. It was really pleasant to use, so definitely would be a repeat in the future. I really liked this one. So next up, another one of these Dove soaps. I talked about it before, how this is the only thing that I would use in the intimate area. The unscented Dove Sensitive Skin Bar. I buy these in a pack of 12, I believe they come. So this is always on repeat. Let's put that over here next to the other Dove. They can be with their big brother over there. Okay, next let's do some scents, which is the most fun part for me. This one was not the most fun. This is the Yves Rocher Perfumed Mist in the Bourbon Vanilla scent. This product, I had kind of a roller coaster love-hate relationship with. When I first purchased it 1 year ago, I enjoyed the vanilla scent, which is a vanilla that smells exactly like bourbon vanilla extract from my spice cabinet. It smells exactly the same. When I put it on my skin, it would start to really annoy me, just how overwhelmingly sweet it was and cloying. There's something about it that just almost smelled like BO that was covered up with perfume. There's something really weird about it. So I used it halfway. I tried with it. It didn't really work out for me. So the last half of it has been used as a room spray, which was tolerable as a room spray. But my God, it's very, very sweet. Just the sweetness about it is very annoying for me for some reason. And it doesn't have anything else in it, I don't believe, except for vanilla. It's just an overwhelming vanilla. So yeah, definitely will not be repurchasing this again. Next up, I used up this Anna Sui perfume. This is Anna Sui La Vie de Bohème. I was thinking this is a discontinued perfume because I purchased this probably 7 years ago from the Sephora website, and it was on clearance with Sephora. So I believe I paid about $60 for it at that time. Packaging is quite cute. Not sure if it's my taste, but I can appreciate it. The cap has a butterfly on it, and the butterfly had 2 wings, but my toddler broke one of the wings off, so which is okay. And the juice inside was like this light purple lilac-y color. And as far as the smell goes, I would describe it as a generic fruity floral feminine girly perfume. Nothing really that interesting, nothing that pleasant. It had some kind of berry note in it that was a little sour for me, which is one thing that bothers me about the fruity floral perfumes, is sometimes they have this kind of acidic note, if that makes any sense, that especially on my skin tends to bother me. And yeah, it just doesn't work for me. Some fruity perfumes I enjoy, like a note of pear. I find if it's like this sugary pear can be quite pleasant and is not tart. But some berry scents mixed into floral perfumes can really tend to bother me sometimes. And this one had that bothersome note. But I would say I hated it, but I used it about halfway. Again, I gave it a lot of chances. I needed to get it out because it's been so old. So then the last half was just a room, like a bathroom spray, basically. So there's that one there. Next perfume that I finished up is the Versace Versence. This is a smaller size. I can't tell how many mLs, but anyway, this is, I think, probably 30 mLs. So not a big size. Smells great. I loved the way this smells. It's like, it's a citrusy smell, but it also has woodiness and sweetness to it as well. And I actually purchased this from Mercari in a lot of a few perfumes from someone who's kind of decluttering, and I think it was like halfway used up. And then when I got it, I remember first putting it on, and it immediately took me back to something. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I knew I had smelled it before and associated it with being in Europe. and associated it with summer, and just there was something so familiar about it, and I just really loved it, especially the first few wears. I was really obsessed with it, and then towards the end when I was using it more, I kind of settled down with it, and it's good, but I'm not going to rush and buy a big bottle anytime soon. But it is really, really nice. I'm not a big lover of citrusy notes, but this one was very good. It's the citrus, the lemon that is not like bathroom cleaner lemon, which is the big problem that I have with a lot of citruses, is especially lemon notes. With some perfumes, a big example would be Daisy by Marc Jacobs, and that what they do for me is when I smell them, I just smell lemony bathroom cleaner, and I cannot use lemon bathroom cleaner in my bathroom, because if I were to use a lemon scented bathroom cleaner in my bathroom, if I come back to that bathroom that's been cleaned with that, it smells like urine to me. It gives me that urine smell, and I really don't know what that's all about, but I really get urine smell with a lot of citrus. This one doesn't do that. This one is beautiful. This one just smells like a beautiful, fresh, ripe lemon with sugar, and then the woodsiness is there. There are woods in the base of this, and I can sense those on my skin, and it just gives it this very balanced and complex perfume smell, and it's really well done. I really have to give this high marks for that. So there it is, Versace Versens. Next up, I used up Kayali Vanilla 28. This is the smallest size that this comes in. I purchased this from Sephora, and they had it together with a Huda Beauty lip gloss, I believe, and it came in a set. So I was like, well, this is perfect. I can actually try this out, and I enjoyed it. It's delicious. It's vanilla, but it's complex. It's got this like sweetness, so in woodiness, and darkness, but at the same time sweetness. It's welcoming. It's very comforting. Good bedtime scent for me. But one strange thing about this is I noticed that sometimes when I would spray it, it would make me cough. And I am a heavy sprayer of all kinds of different perfumes. I don't have any allergies, but this, of all of my perfumes, always made me cough right as I was spraying it. So I would have to spray it as far away from my face as possible, so that it wouldn't like just make me cough and like kind of scratch the back of my throat as much. So that's just an interesting fact. And a lot of people talk about the juice in this, how it's like lighter brown when you buy it, but then it turns into a darker color. I don't know if you can see in the bottom here. Mine turned this beautiful, almost like Pinot Noir color or something like that. Just very beautiful dark purple liquid. And I've only had this for like maybe less than a year. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Next up, I used this Tocca Florence perfume. This is a splash bottle. And this one also came in the same lot with the Versace Versens that I purchased from a Mercari seller. And this one was pretty much full, and I can understand why. It's not my favorite. It's like a floral, musky perfume. Nothing really groundbreaking. There's something about that muskiness or whatever is in the base of this that's kind of bothering me. It's a strong floral. I ended up decanting this into another spray bottle and used it as a room spray. So that's finished all up as a room spray. So there's Tocca Florence. Definitely not my cup of tea. I can't say I hate it, but I just don't really like it. Let's do a couple of samples. These are the ubiquitous samples that they give out at Fragrance Net. Simply Belle is one of them, and Haute V Ibiza is the other one. So Simply Belle is probably, out of the two of these, Simply Belle is the one I like the most, because this generic floral musky scent, I feel like it's just been done so much, and when I put it on, I think of like my aunts when I was growing up in Europe, wearing something very similar to this, just almost like identical to this. Like something was popular back then that smelled exactly like this, and that's why I liked this. And also, I will say that on me, this lasted forever, and my husband would always compliment me when I wear this and when I wear this. In fact, all of the fragrance net ones, Simply Belle, Ibiza, and the popular one that they always send out is the Exceptional one. My husband always compliments me when I wore those. And I'm always just so shocked, because I would be wearing a nice niche perfume like Portrait of a Lady, and nobody notices. You know, I wore Portrait of a Lady to a wedding, to a rehearsal dinner. I would reapply. I really wanted to do an experiment to see if anyone would say anything, like, oh, you smell good. No one, I don't think anyone even noticed that I'm wearing perfume. And Portrait of a Lady is an extremely expensive perfume, in my opinion. Yet, and my husband barely even noticed it. Yet, when I'm wearing cheap stuff like this, generic, floral, I get compliments, especially from my husband. Does that ever happen with you, that you're just like, you're wearing something niche, expensive, you're expecting everyone to just be blown away, and then no one even notices, and then you put on something like Celebrity or something from Avon or something super generic and a cheapie, and people are like, wow, you smell really good. Does that ever happen to you? Isn't that kind of funny? It just makes me want to just keep buying cheap perfumes and forget about the niche world, because clearly, like, people don't notice them. Like, probably only like perfume enthusiasts would notice niche fragrances and maybe appreciate them. I don't know. But anyway, here are those two over there. I used up both the samples. Again, both of them are pretty generic, but one thing that I would say is that Ibiza, it smells like honeysuckle, but very artificial honeysuckle. So that's that. One skincare product I have, but I did not use it up. This is an eye cream that I found at Marshall's. And I know some of you are thinking like, yeah, okay, this is your fault for buying cheap stuff at Marshall's for eye creams. But this is the Hydrate and Replenish by Skin Lab. And this is a gel eye cream. It was quite affordable. And this is about how much I have left in this. It was a nice cooling gel. I did notice groundbreaking things. However, I used it for about a month, and then suddenly it started to burn my eyes. Wherever I would apply around my eye area, it was just burning the skin, stinging it, really hurting it, and without me changing anything else about my routine. So I know it's this thing right here, because as soon as I would apply it, it started to sting and burn me. And I thought, okay, maybe I'm just having an off day. I tried it the next day. It did the same thing. And I'm like, I'm not putting myself through this. So it's going to be gone. It's like there's a quarter left of this gel in it. Definitely wouldn't recommend it. But it was fine for a while. So I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, this is gone. And last but not least, I have a Real Techniques makeup sponge. This thing was in the package for a long time. Actually, my sister gifted it to me a few years ago. And I was kind of like already over the whole sponge application for foundation. I was over it. And then this year I decided, no, this has just been sitting in a package. Why don't I try to do that again? I used it like maybe 2 weeks, and then it started to split. just from, being washed and rinsed and everything like that and being wetted for application. And I was like, okay, this is not very good quality. Plus, I don't really care to use the makeup sponges. I really prefer my fingers because I feel like I can have a more precise application. I feel like I can blend better, especially around my eyes, any more wrinkly areas. I can kind of like work them with my fingers, and the warmth of my fingers help with application much better than this type of makeup application. So this one is going to be in Empties as well. And that concludes the Empties for May of 2023. And yes, it did take me a second to figure out the year. And I thank you for watching, and thanks for joining me in this. And I hope you have a beautiful day and a beautiful month ahead.